The strange part wasn't that the weather station was still transmitting, it was that it was reporting rain. In a valley that hadn't seen a cloud in over 30 years, no storms, no wind, no sky change. Just numbers quietly arriving describing weather that wasn't there. And no one remembered turning the station back on. Tonight, we step quietly into another forgotten mystery. A place where questions linger longer than answers. The air feels older here, as if the past is waiting just beyond the edge of light. Settle in. The mystery is waiting. The station sat deep in a narrow desert basin, ringed by stone hills that caught echoes but rarely visitors. Official maps labeled it as inactive, while local records listed it as dismantled. It was built in the early 1980s, a modest weather monitoring outpost meant to study unusual temperature shifts in the valley. For a few years, it worked quietly. Then, without announcement, the data stopped. No final report. No closure memo. And for decades, the valley remained silent until the signals returned. But that was only the first thing that didn't make sense. When the station was first constructed, researchers noted something strange about the valley. Not dangerous, not dramatic, just inconsistent. Temperatures dropped faster than models predicted, and sound behaved oddly. Footsteps carried farther at night, while voices vanished in daylight. The lead climatologist documented temporal irregular calm, periods where weather patterns paused as if waiting. Then came the final season. Equipment began recording impossible readings: rainfall without moisture, wind without movement. And one morning, the entire research team left. They packed nothing, filed no incident report, and the station was sealed. At least, that's what the records say. When technicians noticed the revived signal decades later, they assumed malfunction, old hardware glitching into static. But the timestamps were current, precise, consistent. Every 6 hours, the station transmitted calm, detailed reports. Humidity levels, barometric pressure, rainfall duration. Always mild, never extreme, and always describing weather that no satellite could confirm. One technician noticed something else. The data logs contained handwritten annotations, digitized. Notes that shouldn't exist in automated output. Short phrases like "still waiting" and "nothing has changed." A field team was sent, expecting rubble. Instead, they found the station standing weathered but intact. The power source was disconnected, solar panels shattered, backup batteries empty. Yet inside, one monitor glowed softly, displaying current conditions. Outside, the valley was silent. No birds, no insects. Even the wind avoided the basin floor. And on the interior wall, beneath decades of dust, was a chalk mark, a simple vertical line, repeated again and again, like tally marks. But the next discovery would change everything they thought they understood. While reviewing archive transmissions, analysts found a missing segment exactly 9 minutes. Every night, at the same time. During those 9 minutes, the station recorded nothing except a single repeating timestamp. Not advancing, not resetting, just holding, as if time itself had paused at the station, but nowhere else. And no one could explain why. But none of it prepared them for what they found next. Buried in the oldest data archive was a final video log, never cataloged, never referenced. The footage showed the valley at dusk calm still. Then rain began to fall, but the drops never reached the ground. They stopped midair, suspended, hanging motionless as if waiting for permission to continue. The recording ended abruptly. No explanation followed, and the silence after was total. Some believe the station recorded a rare atmospheric stasis, a scientific anomaly where air pressure locked weather in place, though no known model supports sustained suspension. Others think the data reflects a sensor feedback loop, a machine interpreting itself as environment. Yet that doesn't explain the physical evidence. A third theory suggests human error, that the logs were altered long after the station closed, but handwriting analysis matched no known technician. And a quieter idea persists, that the valley itself behaves like a memory, repeating moments that never fully ended. Each theory answers one question and opens three more. Today, the station still transmits quietly, patiently. The valley remains unchanged. No rain falls there, but the station insists it does. Perhaps mysteries endure not because they are unsolvable, but because they remind us how little of the world we truly witness. Maybe the truth was never lost, just waiting. So when you imagine that silent valley and the rain that never lands, which theory feels closest to the truth for you? And which one unsettles you the most?